Right, so I have returned once again today to do something a little bit different on my quest to find some pretty freaking dank mangoes. I came across this one called Aposimz. I believe is how you pronounce it. YouTube will kick in so I don't get terrified. Yeah, so as I said beforehand, it is called Aposimz. I believe it's done by the dude who did Blame. No, I'm pretty damn sure it's done by the guy who did Blame. I think his name is Nihei Tsutomu. I believe his name is. I believe I pronounced it correctly. Yeah. So I actually kind of came across this one because I actually was going to read Blame, and I was like, I wonder whether or not he's done something recently, like a very recent manga that probably hasn't been out for a very long time, so I'd have to go back like about 60 chapters. And long behold, this one actually was very recent. I was like, holy crap. Long behold, that was a good idea to actually have a look. I actually kind of thought to myself, it seems pretty interesting as well. The art style does look very different to his usual work, because his usual work looks pretty freaking awesome. This one kind of looks a little bit like, I don't know, it feels like what happened to Kubo after a while with Bleach. Like, it started off really freaking amazingly, and it sort of just kind of drifted. Like, it feels like that a little bit. It feels a lot more kind of, I don't know what the word is. Like, kind of bit more like less background, if you catch my drift. It's a bit of a weird thing to explain, but if you know what happened with Kubo after a while, you actually know what I mean. It's that kind of art style that it sort of just drifts a little bit. But yeah, hopefully it actually is a pretty freaking good manga in the end, because it does seem like a very interesting one at that. So, without further delay, let's get this. I actually can't speak. Let's get this show on the road. That's what I was trying to say. I think my voice is sort of drifting in and out of being able to speak because I've read so much manga recently that my throat just sort of stopped. So yeah, anyway, let's begin. So, chapter 1. So, the newest work from Tsutomu Nihei, author of Blame, Biomega, and Natsudonia, begins. I mean, the opening, like, kind of, picture looks pretty awesome, actually. It's pretty awesome. Looks pretty awesome. So, on a frozen, vast, bleak, white landscape frames wonder. The 200,000 kilometer diameter artificial celestial body of Aposimz, most of its volume is its core space, which is covered by a super structural shell. Wow. That's a long word to say. 50 centuries ago, the people who lost a war against the core lost their right to reside legitimately in Aposimz and were left behind on the severely cold surface. They faced a spreading frame disease and aggressive autonomons, which appear frequently on the ruins level. Yet somehow, the people survive. Aposimz. So, 3 months ago, ruins level. My throat just stopped a second there. I don't know why my throat just stopped. It's like, nope, you're not carrying on. Yeah, it seems like a very kind of, it seems like kind of a little bit more barren, which is a bit of a weird thing to explain, because it's sort of like, you know, his art style beforehand, but it just doesn't look like that at all anymore. It's a very strange and kind of surreal, like, kind of shift in, like, kind of artwork. It's like, whoa, hello, kind of thing, if you catch my drift. It's time we headed back to the surface. Even if we found more, we couldn't carry it, and I'm worried about the oxygen supply from the return trip. We came all this way supposedly for combat training, and we're just going to collect some food and go home? It can't be helped, Io. It's rare to find such spectacular pipe fruits growing in profusion like this. Let's go. I mean, it sort of looks still pretty cool, but it doesn't look like the kind of what you're used to by his work. I'm not even too sure who I can compare it to, because the only one I actually can compare it to is literally Kubo, because Kubo changed as time went on. He wasn't the same as beforehand, if you catch my drift. Like, if you actually read Bleach, like the chapter 1 Bleach, you read like chapter 500, I believe it was Bleach. It's like you can see the stark contrast in artwork. It's sort of just like that. How it went from being this beautiful thing, like, kind of, to being kind of very barren and kind of very just, he did it when he wanted to do it kind of thing. It was kind of weird for that reason. And that's why I kind of compare it to this, because it sort of just reminds me exactly the same. I think it kind of fits the aesthetic of the actual kind of story it's trying to portray. I'm not too sure, but still. It's a bit different. So squish. Eek. Ha ha ha. How pathetic. You just stepped on a you stepped on a rust eater. Ah, shut up. Hey, quit horsing around or you'll slip and fall to your death. I'm sorry, Efro Sensei. Don't speak how you say that word? I know that word, but I never can say it. Unsurely. In the ruins level, learn something from Shiho. Shiho hardly says anything anyway. Yeah, it's quite yeah, I would say it's quite cool still. It's just it's a lot different. It's one of those things you have to get kind of get used to. I don't think it's like what happened with Araki. Araki, you got used to it quite quickly. Like he just evolved. He actually he got better, so you actually got used to it quite quickly. Here it's kind of like it's just a bit too different. It's sort of like, whew, how am I meant to get used to this now? I mean, yeah, it's quite colorless, but I'm not too sure whether or not it's just trying to kind of it's trying to say something, and it's like kind of the way it's drawn. Like sometimes they do that. They kind of do tend to change their art style depending on what they're trying to portray. I'm not too sure. It seems like a kind of better fit if it happens to be that reason. Efro Sensei, I need to take a leak. Be quick about it. Biko, come look at this. Give me a break. Why would I want to look at your thing? I haven't actually read Sidonia yet. I've watched the first couple of episodes of the anime. I was like, it's alright. It's alright. I never got really into it because I never really kind of liked Blame that much. That's why I probably never went back and watched Sidonia. Because Blame was an absolutely tripe film. Like, that film was not good. The more I think about it now. It's one of those ones I always wanted to read, just never got round to it. I need to actually kind of sit down one day and actually kind of catch up with his work. Because I have to go read Blame, I've got to read the other ones he's done as well, plus in Sidonia. It's one of those he's one of those authors that have an artist and everything, and I have to go back and read quite a bit of. That sounds terrible. I would be. Jesus Christ, really? I mean, that's saying something. It's even worse than Big Order, because Big Order had a terrible ending. I actually didn't really have an ending, to be honest. It just finished. I have no idea what even happened in that show, or that manga, actually. No. There are frame disease sufferers over there. So what? That's not so rare, is it? It's a bit weird, though. There's lots of new ones. New ones? You're right, there are lots of fresh frames among them. Yeah. You often see the messed up ones? The messed up old ones. But this, because of Rebedoa's invasion, the borders are in chaos everywhere. They could have escaped from some town's quarantine. They say when you become a frame, you lose your selfhood, but I wonder if that's true. If they have even the thinnest bit of conscience left, and they're stuck just roaming this world like that for centuries or decades, if it ever looks like I'm going to become a frame, I want you to kill me. Biko, quiet. Did they just... Space zombies. Space zombies sounds pretty freaking... I mean, what... I swear, wasn't Sidonia about some kind of really random, like monsters that attack, like, this, small city or something in space or something? I'm trying to remember. I swear it's got mech suits in it as well. I actually... It's a massive blur to me, the actual anime. Like, I remember watching the first couple of episodes, I sort of just gave up. I was like, CG ain't doing it for me yet. I ain't getting into this. Quiet. I heard something. It's Rebadonna light air speeders. Are they after something? This could be trouble. Everyone hide in the hollow. He's right. They're coming this way. Because I swear, didn't the Inuashiki also end quite badly as well? Because I remember people saying that they loved it, and then it just kind of crapped itself at the end. Oh, right, I have to go read the manga then. I think the manga's actually out completely in England anyway. Like, you actually could just buy it printed. I was like, thank you. Because it tends to be kind of a very hit and miss thing if it actually tends to be out here. But I remember Inuyashiki had the same problem as well. Like, people said that it was good, but the guy just doesn't know how to kind of capitalize on a yeah, I don't know, because I remember reading people saying that Inuyashiki's like Inuyashiki's ending was just like, what? I was like, huh, that's kind of depressing. I can't actually remember the last time. Oh no, I remember the last time I actually read a slap in the face ending. It was Bleach. Like, that's a slap in the face ending. That was a very slap in the face ending. That was a smack in the stomach ending. That was a punch in the back ending. That was like my childhood's been ruined kind of ending. Also, Fairy Tail just pissed me off, so that's just there's that as well. There's a girl. She's flying. She's been shot. You idiot! You idiot! We can't get involved. Stop! Don't shoot. Man, you gotta save the cute girls. You gotta save the flying cute girls. That's just law. It's just law amongst the land. When you when you see a cute girl flying, also probably in peril, save her. Yeah, Netflix hasn't been doing too great when it comes to anime adaptations recently. Like, they've been doing quite badly. It's a manga by the guy who did Blame. Like, if you've ever read Blame, heard of Blame, or even remotely know what the hell Blame is, you're probably like kind of familiar with what he does. It seems pretty interesting so far. I mean, it's very post-apocalyptic kind of thing. It's one of those kind of mangas. I just randomly found out about it today, and I found out actually it also happens to be very, 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 very recent. I was like, thank you. That's the first time in my life I actually found a very recent manga. Never happens. Never happens. Take this. Hide it somewhere. The Rebadoa Empire won't find it. If it falls into the Emperor's hands, the world will end. The world will end. Please. Okay. He seems very, 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 like, kind of acceptive of the whole entire thing. Like, he's just like, okay, well, cute girl hands me a thing that might, in theory, end the universe, but why not? She's cute. He's also very much a big peril. A big peril. So, might as well. Oh no. It did not end well for him. Yeah, he actually has changed his art style quite drastically, actually. Ew, there's another one. What a pain. Kill him. Though saying the fact that it doesn't have the same amount of detail, it does kind of, I don't know. I kind of like it. It's a bit of a weird thing to explain. It's kind of like the fact it's very minimalistic. At the same time, like, it's nowhere near his, like, old work, don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near that good, but it's just, it kind of works, if you get what I mean. It just works. To quote the JoJo meme, it just works. It has its brief instances where actually it's pretty freaking amazing. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It kind of reminds me a lot of Kubo's work after a while, because Kubo and Bleach did the exact same thing. Like, post maybe 2012 Kubo, maybe? I think it's about that time. He actually did change his art style quite a bit. His backgrounds just became a bit too minimalistic. Yeah, that's what I was... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Probably that's why I kind of said it doesn't have as much details, probably because it was more ink back then than it is line now. It kind of doesn't appear that way, but technically it's exactly the same. I actually kind of like it. It's just it's a bit of a weird art style to explain how you actually kind of feel about it, because it's just like, I don't know how I feel towards the fact that how it was beforehand to it is now, but I still kind of like it. It's not like he's just kind of just given up on life and just sort of just started to do his own thing and just go, frack it. I'll hand in like first draft pictures. It's not that at all. Just like he's got a motive to what he's doing. Yeah, I think. Yo, I'm alright. It just scorched my clothes. Oh damn. Yeah, there actually is, actually. The more you say it, there actually is quite a lot of lines. I'd hope that if this gets adapted, that Polygon Pictures does not get it, because if Polygon Pictures gets it, it won't. I think it fits the art style. If it continues in the way, like, kind of, sort of, in the anime. Like, maybe if I don't know who could do it. Maybe that actually kind of, the more I think about it, maybe the guy who did Ping Pong might be able to do it. Like, the people who did Ping Pong animation might be able to do it. It has that kind of, it has that way, it has that kind of expression to it. It could work with them quite a bit. The girl vanish. Ah, he killed them. He just killed those Rebadoan soldiers. One day, I actually will get their name correct. I think maybe Wit could be the second best person. But I think Wit might put too much detail on it. I think it needs to kind of stay in the way it is right now. Did the stream just die? Huh. That was weird. That was really strange. YouTube just died. Hold on, is YouTube actually still... Is it... Huh. YouTube is dying once again. Congratulations, YouTube, you're killing my streams once again. You're not unsubscribing people, you're killing my streams all the time. Yeah, I think it's just a random blip in the system. I think it does that quite often. Never had it with Stream Now though. Stream Now's the first time it ever happened. Hide the bodies in vehicles. Everybody pitch in. At first it was a girl. What's going on? The team that came back were all weird. Even Ephro's face had gone completely white. Yeah, I think generally it's just a blip in the system. It's just really weird. Like, I never had it before. Because my KBS is still running exactly the same. It's still running at 3 kilobytes a second. Yeah, like I've realized something. YouTube just unsubscribes people from me all the time now. Whenever I stream, I lose a subscriber. I'm like, the hell is happening here? But then randomly, I will like lose 10, like just out of nowhere. Like I'm like, what the hell is happening here? Like no explanation, no nothing, just happens. I'm like, okay, thanks YouTube. I know something weird is going on, because if it's a gradual loss in subscribers, it normally goes from 58, 56, 53. That's why I know the gradual like kind of decline. When it goes from 58 to 53, something's gone wrong. It never does that that quickly. And then she shrunk down in it. Then she shrunk down in instants. And what was left was a code 7 of these bullet-like things. And this small automaton. The Empire has already drug up plenty of codes, and they're certainly not rare. Does that mean that these bullet-like things have the power to end the world? In any case, thank goodness you're all safe. I'll take a look. Oh, actually can't say the word. I'll take all of it and leave it in the Rebador base. If they get what they're looking for, you can't. It'll take days to reach a base, and if they find you, they'll kill you. You'll probably think you can quell the situation, even if it costs you your life, sir. But it'll be all in vain. Even if you're given these things back, the Rebador search teams are still sure to reach this castle. Then let's fight them. If we use the code, we can become regular frames, right? I'll do it! With 2 regular frames on our side, even Rebador will have to watch their step. Well, it's a good idea, right? Shut up. Huh? You really are an idiot, aren't you? Don't you have any idea how many regular frames Rebador has? Stop. EO, not anyone can become a regular frame if they use a code. In my case, there were 47 casualties before it turned out I was completely compatible with the code, and most of these people died. And as Shio said, even if we did have 2 regular frames, we would still be no match for Rebador, and they are extremely cruel. I remember the day your grandmother's grandmother were born like it was yesterday. If it comes to it, I believe we have resolved to fight, but we cannot. I cannot bear the thought of losing my family, not even one of you. We will leave this castle. We will migrate. Huh, it's quite interesting. I'm sorry, it's my fault it's come to this. All of you come here. It's not one's fault. It was only a matter of time until this day came. It'll be alright. The world is vast. There are many places Rebador will not find us. Zizo. We'll build an even better castle next time. He has protected our clan for 300 years. This is a gas system pipe. He was like a parent to us and taught us everything from hunting to how to walk in the ruins. If a pipe not labelled, you can narrow down what type it is by the sound you can get from tapping it. He's wise and strong, and I truly believe that there was nothing he couldn't do. Okay, but that wasn't the case. Efro. Hopefully YouTube is still working. It is, I think. This is a really good pipe through. Like the girls are very cute in this manga. Like it's very cute girls. The manga, I've come to realize, it's like as if Polygon got to it before it even got an anime. Yeah, I think YouTube's working. Like maybe, I'm not even too sure. Let's face it, it never works. I see. I can't believe it. We set off in the morning. You really loved this castle, didn't you, Deanna? I'm sorry. What are you talking about? You saved everyone, Efro. You really are the best sharpshooter there is. Well, shall we go inside now? It's getting hard to breathe out here. It would be bad news if your students see you outside without an oxygen cylinder, right? We can get oxygen and food as we travel. Keep what we carry to a minimum. I remember watching Blame and just seeing everyone just turn out cute. I'm like, what the hell happened here? this isn't right. Why is everyone cute in his anime? Why could I not like feel these emotions if they? I don't want to feel these emotions when they die. Like if they die, I don't want to feel like I was like, oh no, why? But gladly, I didn't really feel attached to any of the characters, so nothing actually happened. But yeah, this one seems like it's from the get-go. Everyone's fracking cute, which is kind of like, does it work? I don't know. I've never been a big fan of the cute girls that kind of. I've never actually been into the cute girls doing cute things kind of thing. Like, I don't know. I always kind of kept my viewing of cute girls doing cute things to a minimum. Besides, if it's not made by PA Works. If it's made by PA Works, I will watch it. But other than that, nah. Never really kind of been into the genre of cute girls doing cute things. But I don't know. Io, we heard you took a shot from Imperil Lens cannon, but you are unhurt. Yeah, thanks to the heat-resisting sheeting I got from my grandpa. Oh, you lot quit goofing off. All right, haha. Thump. Hey, quit laughing like an idiot. If you listened to what Efro Sensei said, we wouldn't be in this situation. Don't you get that, you son of a bitch? Shio, stop. Efro, they're going to turn off the hot water pipes. Go have a bath. I'll pass. We don't know what would get hot water again. Go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. Sorry, my mistake. Shift change. Efro. Sir, please don't blame yourself too much. Ha 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 ha. It's actually a really meta joke. It's actually a really freaking meta joke. Everyone just laughed afterwards. That's not very advertiser friendly, to be honest. Like, if YouTube finds me, I don't know what happened to me. It's not advertiser friendly. Holy moly. I don't want those things to happen to me as well. Like, advertiser friendly just hits me like, no, and then the whole entire wall just ruptures around me and it's like, what the hell's happening? Hopefully no one will ever know, because they have their sharp eyes. Old YouTube do have sharp eyes for the wrong things. Ha ha. Air's so thin. Shio. Ah. Person died. Shio. I mean, he seems very casual the whole entire thing. Like, Shio just seems like, alright. Like, I guess we just continue. Like, just as if nothing happened. They're here. Stop it. Oh. Bugger. Fracking head just come off. Boy. I should say that, but a lot of people that's actually been like lower than 1,000 subscribers actually had the exact same problem happen to them as well. But the problem is, the fact is, you can't appeal it unless you actually get 1,000 views on the video. So if you get lower than 1,000 views, you're basically screwed. That's what I've actually found out. So you have to be very freaking careful, apparently. You're above 1,000, you're fine. You're below 1,000 like viewership, then you're screwed. Ew. I mean, that guy just lost his goddamn head. His cranium is gone. Efro, Zizo, Diana and the others are headed for the escape route. Take this and join up with them. I'm staying too. I'm changing to armor and fighting. If you near me, you'll eventually be in my way. There's no time now. Go. Oh. 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 That's interesting. Quite interesting. Oh. Well, that was very, very short-lived. That bit of coolness, very short-lived. Direct hit with an anti-regular framed round. Huh. Diana. he's stuck where he is now. Never able to progress in life. Poor man. Rest in peace. That's Metal Gear, bro. Pretty much. That was not a weapon to surpass Metal Gear, to be honest. Let's face it. She was no Raiden. She couldn't just go in there like just not giving an F and just walk out like unscathed, like Raiden does in Metal Gear Solid Rising. Just walks in, walks out like. Mr. Yiyu, the area is under our control. Zizo and the White Diamond Beam do not disappoint me, and here I've been looking forward to fighting a regular frame for the first time in ages. To be defeated by a weapon like that, as a fellow regular frame, it embarrasses me. Well, in any case, where is it? Huh? He's a bit creepy. He's a bit creepy. He's the kind of guy that will grab a cute girl's head and just put on a pike, just like nothing. Just like nothing. Don't trust those kind of guys. Just do not trust those kind of guys. Not the kind of guys you want to kind of hang around with or piss off, for that matter. This eye shield's in the way. Oh, this island's in the way. Eye shields. This island's in the way. Now you can see clearly, can't you? Now answer me. Where is it? Huh? Yeah. Huh? Tell me now, and I'll spare the rest. Or will you continue to watch my works of art from where you are? I'm sorry, everyone. I see. Having your blood freezes agony. You're very disappointing, you know. Do you know why I was deployed to this middle of nowhere backwater? Because I'm exceptional. They said it would take 10 years to conquer the northern composites slab region, and I did it just in one. And I'm the strongest regular frame after the Emperor. Ahahaha. I actually do remember Ice Shields 21. I actually remember being pretty freaking good. I don't think I ever finished it though. I don't think I ever finished it. I remember reading some of it. I was like, it's pretty good. I never got around to finishing it off. I need to read a lot of things that I've not finished yet. If I were killed, it would be a huge loss to the Rebedoa. So fight harder, you bastard. You can't fire through the skull of the regular frame, but if I can hit his eye socket, and if I can get a bullet into his cranium, I should be able to damage his brain, the weak points of frames. Don't miss. Uh-oh. He missed. He's dead. That's enough of that devious sniping, you coward. Yeah, he's dead. He's gone. He's gone. He lost his eye. I mean, he literally could become the best sniper in the world with just one eye. I mean, he probably could. I don't know. Anything's possible in the manga world. Me. Can you hear me? What I'm saying? Am I dead? No. But in the time it takes that snow to land on your eye, your brain will cease to function. Who are you? My name is Titania. Titania? I think he lost his arm as well. I'm not too sure, but I think he just brushed it off as nothing. I believe. His arm's gone as well, but I think he must have lost his arm anyway. I believe. I'm not even too sure. He sort of just got up at like nothing afterwards. I thought, oh, he probably doesn't have an arm. I'm not even too sure. For the moment, I have accelerated your brain's processing speed to converse with you, but we still don't have much time, so listen closely. There is one way for you to get out of this without dying. You know what that is, don't you? I don't know what it is. Use the code. The code you mean become a regular frame? Yes, your body will be transmuted into a regular frame. I will become a regular frame? Yes, of course I will. Understood. The compatibility with the code is 53%. Certainly not a good figure, but I'll make do with it. Oh. Yeah. He's not looking good. He's not looking good at this point. Though apparently he probably actually, yeah, I think he probably could survive that, to be honest. Maybe. It's been cases where people have actually probably lost like a massive part of their brain to survive that. Like it's not a viable situation to be in, but apparently actually can survive it. It doesn't mean that you're just like kind of you're gone. It just means you're kind of in a bad situation afterwards. Oh, he's now a goddamn frame. This transmutation light. Has someone used the code? Which would mean they're there too. Huh, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool. You has armored up. You need to transform your placenta at once too. How do I do that? What a poor display. You've wasted the code. I mean, I think it's just a casual thing at this point. Just everyone just kind of just doesn't. Everyone just brushes off everything just being casual. Like, like lost an arm. Nah. It's like at this point, it's like JoJo. Like everyone just kind of brushes off everything as nothing. Like, oh Christ, I've just been stabbed in the arm. I'll walk it off. If only we were all like that resilient in life. At the JoJo level of resilience. Crap, I can't even move around in his body properly. Cute girl! The cute girl's back! That's my limit. Armor up quickly, Afro. Is that all you've got, Titania? Either way, I will have no mercy this time. I've paid the price too many times for trying to take you alive. he has the most incredible stand of them all, a cute girl. Like, he's the envy of every single person in the universe. These beams are made of semi-structure. If he drops that ice on us here, it will crush us in an instant. Woohoo! How incredible! I completely flattened that hovel. He seems very kind of crazy. I like him. This reminds me of Zoro's wrath a little bit. Like that bit when I swear it's Zoro's wrath when he's like just getting that massive boulder on him. He's just like, screw that. Like, screw you. Like, I can take this on. It's not a problem. It's a boulder. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright at this point. Oh. I suppose it's Zoro's wrath, I believe. He drops a massive, like, planet-sized thing on him. Just like nothing. He seems pretty cool. He seems pretty freaking cool. I did it. Was I appearing in my field of vision? 6 seconds until activity cut off. Yes, while in armoring, it drastically consumes Hygus particles. Once you run out, your armor will disengage. Hygus particles? So anyway, I've just got to kill him before I run out. You need to run away from here before you run out. You has killed so many of my regular friends. You don't have sufficient Hygus particles. You're no match for him yet. Yet. Give it 20 chapters. He will be the best man ever. He'd be a god. He'd be a god among men. He's above. This is bad. Sea level of armor is dropping. The thing is opening, and your armor will be destroyed by ice from the inside. Ha! Your armor's all a mess. You're in complete shambles. Meaning the code you acquired wasn't such a great one. It was mediocrity. This is how he always moves in for the kill. Hurry up and run for it while you can still move. Ephro. A power. What is it? A firing system? In that case, I'll blast him head on too. Oh. I can't remember what it was. It was something in Azura's wrath that he just like throws it on him, just like as if it's nothing, and then Azura's just like, screw it. I just get to punch this thing to like Kingdom Come. But he actually does it as well. That game was freaking crazy. I love that game. That game was crazy. I'm gonna go replay that now. That game was good. Very short though. Huh. Man's got a hole in his heart. Man's got a hole in his heart. That's probably it then. I couldn't remember if it's a boulder or a finger, but it's one of the two. It's a finger then. Okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say it's one of the two though. I just remember it being kind of crazy. I was like, holy crap. What the hell is going on in this game at this point? My fingers were hurting after a while as well. I was thinking about all these emotions I was feeling during that one entire fight. I was like, my fingers are hurting me, but I want to feel these emotions, but I can't because my fingers are in pain from pressing and mashing the X button so many goddamn times. Choom, choom, choom. He has literally 8 seconds to go. Find him. He should be barely able to move anymore. Huh. You can do it. You can. Oh, he says you can do it. I thought you can't do it. I thought, wait, what? You can't give up yet, Ephro. Get back up, Ephro. Huh. Oh, that was quite interesting. I quite like that. Bit different, I would say. Kind of very not what I'm used to, but I quite like it. I think it's a bit takes a bit of getting used to, I think, actually. Like the art style I think is actually quite interesting. Like it's one of those minimalistic kind of things that has quite a lot of detail going on still. I actually quite like it. I think it actually does lend itself well. I quite like the world itself as well. Granted, yes, I think it has a lot more to kind of open up, like, which is the major thing. It has a lot more to kind of open up to actually kind of let us understand truly what's going on here. We've got the kind of bare minimum so far. We know a little bit of what's going on here, how people live, what they've got to do. It's kind of very... It's kind of... I swear it's kind of similar to a lot of things he's written before, like in the sense that people live in this massive kind of complex. That's where they live until something happens, they've got to move. I saw that happens in Blame, actually. I can't remember in the film. At the end of the film. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting. I quite like it. I think maybe there's a lot more to go forward with the fact of the world itself. I think it needs to kind of world build a little bit more as time goes on. Hopefully it actually will. But yeah, I think maybe the characters kind of might be the weakest point. I'm not too sure. It's just, it doesn't... I'm not kind of getting attached to any of them so far. Granted, yes, it's only chapter 1, so you really can't get too attached to them so far because it's very kind of freaking early on. It's like it's not really even kind of established anything. Well, it hasn't really established quite a lot, but it hasn't really established like everything yet. So there's that. But I think possibly there'd be room for them to improve as well because they're very kind of you know what they are kind of characters. They're kind of nothing more, nothing less than that. That's all they are so far. So I mean, yeah, I think this is one of those mangas that it needs time. Yeah, we have like 3 characters now, so I don't really feel attached to any of them so far. So I think it just needs its time. I think it's one of those ones that it doesn't kind of go straight into everything so far. Like it's kind of a very, very slow kind of progression manga. I think it needs its time. I think maybe 10, 15 chapters in, I believe probably then there might be kind of a little bit more attachment to the characters because he does seem like he has Ephro does seem like he's an interesting character. Don't get me wrong. It just seems as if he needs to kind of... he seems like he's that kind of character you see a lot in other shows. He's that kind of character who's on the verge of dying. He's that kind of character who inexplicably finds this kind of thing that actually aids him in actually becoming stronger, and actually then fights the actual bad guy. He's nothing more than that so far, which kind of does hinder him slightly because you've seen it all before. But maybe there might be some silver lining in his character. There actually might be something left that he actually can, in theory, improve and actually grow and actually become better as time goes on. Because right now he seems very kind of, you've seen it all before. And I think maybe the other characters do feel that way as well. I think maybe the world itself kind of feels like that sometimes as well. It feels as if maybe the kind of idea of post-apocalyptic, especially in his kind of work, is sort of starting to kind of show its cracks. Not disregarding completely, because he actually still does do quite a lot of great stuff, but I think there's probably a little bit more in there that he needs to kind of grasp and actually kind of improve and actually kind of iron out to actually kind of make this maybe become a cult hit. Because again, like, a lot of his other stuff is freaking fantastic, so it's one of those ones you have to kind of live up to the mantle you've created, and sometimes it kind of just doesn't do it all the time. But I think it's one of the I think it's one of those slow ones that as time goes on, it starts to show its actual kind of promise, actually become freaking great. I think it's how it's probably going to go down. I believe it sort of seems that way, because but the first chapter's kind of, it's alright. It's not bad by any stretch. It sort of just needs its time. It needs its time to improve, needs its time to fix itself, kind of find its own niche, kind of just do its own thing. Actually become pretty freaking good. But yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting to read it anyway. I quite like the read itself because it's quite fast paced, which might be kind of a detriment to itself, I'm not too sure. But anyway, yeah. So that actually has been me for today. So, if you have enjoyed this whole entire stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here, and you want to stay a little bit longer, then do leave a sub, because indeed, it does help me quite a bit. But until next time, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.